Chief Inspector Dover?
Yes? Who wants me?
Thought we might share a cab.
Ah, well, that's very civil. Sorry, but bit dark in there. Do I know you?
No, but you know where the gun is. Get in that cab or I'll blow your ruddy brains out.
Hey.
I got him. Right.
February 25th, 1976. From Sergeant Charles McGregor, New Scotland Yard. Application for transfer, number 251. 4 weeks ago, I returned to my office after an explosives course and decided to catch up on some paperwork. It being well after 5 p.m, Chief Inspector Dover was nowhere to be seen. And then a fellow officer came storming in.
Charlie boy, come to the canteen now.
Hey? I'm not hungry.
Well, this will whet your appetite. Dover's been kidnapped.
What? That wasn't the bit I'm complaining about.
Who on God's earth would want to kidnap Dover? Kill him? Yes.
Next con with a grudge.
Hardly. He barely catches anyone.
Well, apparently he hasn't been seen since he left here at 8 o'clock last night.
What was the old lardbag doing here that late?
Dunno. Everyone just assumed he'd overslept. And Mrs. Dover never reported him missing all night.
Well, she wouldn't.
No. Anyway, the reason I brought you up here is that the new boss, Commander Brockhurst, is just about to go on the 9 o'clock news. Keep your eyes on the tally. Fancy a bun?
As it's a special occasion.
Here it comes.
One of our finest, most diligent officers snatched while protecting the British public without a care for his own safety.
You can tell he's never met Dover.
And I gather you have a note, Commander Brockhurst, from the kidnappers.
They call themselves the Claret Tappers. Damn fool name. They're demanding £100,000 in used £1 notes and the release of some political prisoners by dawn tomorrow. Or else they will kill the Chief Inspector.
So you think this is political?
What else could it be? To these types, Chief Inspector Dover is a glaring symbol of the establishment, a so-called lackey of the capitalist system.
Slacky, more like.
I gather you have a message for these Claret Tappers.
I have indeed. I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, that not a single demand will be met. And nor would Chief Inspector Dover wish it to be.
Can we switch over to the Sweeney now?
Even with my finely honed skills, I had as yet no idea how C.I. Dover came to be snatched from outside the yard without anyone noticing. And then 2 days later, our new commander came in with some grave news.
Sorry to bother you, Sergeant.
Not at all, Commander Brockhurst. I was just sifting through the facts on the poor Chief Inspector.
Well, there's no need. I'm afraid they just found him in a plastic sack round the back of the Old Bailey.
Oh? Oh, dear. Any idea how he'd been killed, sir?
Who said he's been killed? He's absolutely fine. They've taken him to St. Thomas's for observation. I want you to go round and talk to him. I'd like to meet the brave fellow myself sometime. You look like you're in shock, Sergeant. Nurse?
Chief Inspector!
Where the hell have you been? Nurse?
I came as quick as I could, sir. I see they're looking after you. I've never seen you so clean.
Bunch of incompetents, a lot of them. Nurse!
Yes, Chief Inspector.
I want a beer, now. Fella deserves a beer when he's been beaten within an inch of his life.
They found you without a scratch on you.
You see how clever they were, the swine.
Commander Brockhurst wants you out here today and on the case.
Oh, thank God.
Who's he? What case?
Your case. Surely even you ought to be interested in catching these criminals, sir.
Well, of course I am. But they were a damn clever bunch, mark my words. 20 of them, I reckon.
That'll be all, nurse, thank you.
I'll sort out a papers.
Could you tell me how it happened, sir?
If I have to, give me a fag.
I can't. It's a hospital.
Then Dover won't talk.
Oh, here.
Well, I've been working late at the yard, as is my wont. Doing your bloody work as it happens, laddie.
Yes, okay. So you left the yard at, what, 8 o'clock?
Oh, thereabouts. I was just walking to get my train when this taxi pulled up at the curb.
Taxi pulled up?
Swallow a parrot, did ya? So, the door swings open.
Thought we might share a cab.
So naturally, I starts to move towards the taxi. And just as I'm thinking there's something a bit fishy here, I feel this poking in my ribs. And then this other fella says,
Get into the cab or I'll blow your ruddy brains out.
What sort of gun was it?
well, eyes in my arse, am I? Listen, they slapped sticky plaster over my mouth, a sack over my head, and off we went. Next thing I knew, maybe 10 minutes later, I was being bundled into an house and made to lie face down on the floor in a poky room. They locked me in, McGregor. 20 of them there were.
In a cab? What sort of room was it, sir?
Never you mind, just a very small room without windows.
A cupboard?
I'm getting very tired. I should be in bed.
You are in bed, sir. But maybe you could tell me what you recall about the house while we were on our way.
On our way? Where?
Dartmoor. Oh, sorry, sir. Didn't I tell you?
It's truth. I should be convalescing, not rattling my battered bones on the slow train to hell.
I brought us a nice flask of hot tea, sir.
I brought us a nice flask of hot tea, sir.
Why are you dragging me to Dartmoor anyway? Excuse me, please coming through.
Oh.
As I've already told you, we're interviewing one of the prisoners the Claret tappers want released. Do you know why they're called Claret tappers, sir?
No, and I don't care.
Tapping the claret? It's an old boxing term. It means making a man's nose bleed. I wonder what sort of political group they are.
I forgot to ask them how they voted. It's silly of me.
I just can't understand why they simply let you go. It doesn't make sense. Oh, there's a compartment free.
Well, have a guess. Smarty pants.
Because they knew we'd find them?
Try again. Oh, Lord, this is painful. The art of kidnapping, laddie, is to reassure people that if they pays their money, they get their loved ones back in one piece. Right, they didn't get their dodge from me, thanks to that cretinous new commander, but I reckon I was just, as they say, a calling card.
Oh, so you think there might be more kidnappings?
Could be. I mean, these fellas didn't get their mates out of jail yet, did they? All their loot.
Well, I think the Claret tappers have been put off good and proper. But can't you remember anything at all, sir, about the house or what was funny about the taxi?
No, but I do find an empty stomach dulls the brain.
I'll find you some food, sir.
Works every time.
I didn't know what sort of sandwiches you wanted, so I bought 3 of each. And some Scotch eggs, and some crisps, and 4 cans of beer.
You're learning something, sunshine. Oh, I remembered about the taxi.
Get away.
There was no chart, you know, saying how much the bloody fares had gone up since last week, and the whole thing looked pretty battered and scruffy.
Oh, sounds like a second-hand one, doesn't it? Hey, maybe it's students. They go in for those. Can you recall what age the men were?
Mid-20s, Brad. Now, you know, I can't talk and eat.
You can, sir. You do it all the time. Crumbs everywhere. Can you recall any sounds? Church bells?
No.
Train?
No. Did you hear an elephant, though?
An elephant? Oh, there must have been a circus nearby. Why didn't you tell me?
You didn't ask me about elephants.
I'll get the yard onto it. And maybe somebody's seen the taxi. Or all those young people. About 20 of them, you said. In the one house.
At least. Big bruises.
Still just one thing I don't understand.
Just one?
You were there for 36 hours. They must have let you go to the toilet and all that time, you know. What with your problems? Sir?
I was in the toilet, you bloody fool, but if you breathe a single word, I'll break every bone in your tartan toe-rag body.
Yes. They locked you in.
Shut it.
You'll find our Mr. Gallagher just down here, gentlemen.
Who?
Archibald Gallagher, sir. One of the men the Claret tappers won't release.
Gallagher sounds Irish to me. How long's he in for?
8 years.
8 years? I'd bung him away for life.
Well, we don't know what he did, sir.
Why the blazes not?
There's been a go-slow in the Criminal Records Office. Oh, sir, were any of your captors Irish?
Dunno. Maybe. Could have changed their voices.
Here we are, gents. Gallagher, visitors for you.
Terrorist, if ever I saw one. If he gets nasty, Sergeant, you hold him and I'll thump him.
I'll lead you gentlemen to it.
Archibald Gallagher?
Archibald St. John Roderick Gallagher, actually. But you can call me Archie.
We're police officers, Mr. Gallagher.
I'd never have guessed.
McGregor, grab his arms.
Steady arms. I know you. You're the chap who got himself kidnapped. Saw it in the papers. You're Yarmouth, aren't you? No. Ramsgate.
Dover.
That's it.
Never you mind coming over all innocent, sunshine. You know why we're here.
Sorry, not a clue.
We have reason to believe...
You're in cahoots with the gang who kidnapped me.
You're pulling my leg.
McGregor, kick him in the kidneys. Shove your fist up his nose.
Chief Inspector.
Exactly. Chief Inspector. Why on earth should I be connected with this awful gang?
Who said it was a gang, eh?
You did, sir.
Okay, I've had enough. You terrorists stick together, don't you? Well, you won't when I... That's what you're in here for, isn't it? Planting bombs, I'll bet.
How dare you? I'll have you know I'm a multiple bigamist. And if you don't believe me, just ask any of my lovely rich wives.
Bigamist?
Multiple.
Then why the hell did the kidnappers demand your release from prison?
Did they? Oh, how awfully kind. I came unstuck at the horse trials in Badminton, you know.
Badminton, yes, well...
One wife too many watching the GGs. Care embarrassment.
Oh, dear. And what did they say when the old...
Don't encourage him, Eddie.
I'm sorry, sir. How long have you been in prison, Mr.
Call me Archie. 11 months, 3 days and 6 hours, give or take.
And you've never heard of the Claret tappers?
Are they a pop group? Sounds a bit posh, eh?
Come on, McGregor, or I might tap his claret just for the fun of it. Water?
Well, come back any time. And if you've a rich wife you want to get rid of...
Nice to get a bit of fresh air, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, funny. Haven't seen a wild goose yet, and I've been chasing them all ruddy day.
Yes. Well, I don't understand it either, sir. Maybe we'll have better luck in Holloway.
Holloway? Are you trying to kill me, Sergeant?
Don't tempt me.
That's Lesley Whittaker over there.
The rather large tattooed lady. Or the one bouncing the ball against the wall.
Bouncing. Always bouncing, that one.
I'll tell her to stop bouncing and come over here pronto.
No fear. It's her exercise time.
Struth, well, I'm not walking through all those women. I recognise at least two I've put away. McGregor, you go.
Yes, sir. Miss Lesley Whittaker?
Yes? You the copper come to quiz me?
Yes, me and my...
Fat friend. You reckon that bench over there will bear his weight?
Probably not. So, what are you in for?
2 ruddy years. Shoplifting.
Shoplifting?
Yeah, what did you think, cheeky boy? And I was set up.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you sounded so sweet when you said that. Listen, the screw reckoned you was here about that copper kidnap. What the hell's that got to do with me?
That's what I'm trying to ascertain, Miss Whittaker.
Ooh, ascertain. Here, you can call me Les.
Oh, well...
No, you're not like them other coppers. Most pigs don't blush. Listen, I was fixed up in Bristol by a greasy store detective after his promotion and a bent copper after the usual.
Bristol? What were you doing there?
Sightseeing? I ask you, what would I want with 8 transistors and then 4 stopwatches?
I don't know. It could be bomb-making equipment, I suppose.
Now, do I look like an anarchist or whatever?
No, you look very nice. Anyway, how long have you been inside?
I'll be 1 year next month.
Oh, well, halfway through. I think that's all the questions for now, Miss...
Oh, Les? Don't you want to take something down and use it against me?
I don't think that'll be... Anyway, excuse me, nice to meet you.
Come and see me when I'm free.
Well, what have we got then?
I don't think she's an anarchist, sir.
You don't, so why would anyone demand her release?
Beats me. Oh,
Could she be a gangster's mole, do you think?
Good thinking. Why don't you stay and ask her about all her men friends? And I'll meet you in the pub across the road.
Sir, I'd rather not be left alone.
No, come to Lesley.
Chief Inspector?
Would you like anything else, sir? Because the kitchen's closing in a sec.
Very sweet of you, dear. Couple of apple pies and a Swiss roll would do me nicely. Thank you.
Noreen, somebody's got a healthy appetite. But cream.
Naturally Noreen and custard and some vanilla ice on top and a cherry.
I'll be lucky if I can carry all that. Oh, Lord, here's another one.
Chief Inspector. Ooh, is one of those cottage pies for me?
No. What did you find out? Excuse us, Noreen, dear.
I'll go warm the kitchen.
Well, our Miss Whittaker has been a very active young woman. But I've been thinking...
Oh, Lord, spare me that.
Oh, sir. How did the Claret tappers know the exact time you were leaving the yard?
Probably just waiting outside.
No, they couldn't just hover around. Not even in a taxi. Not for 3 solid hours.
3 hours?
You usually leave at 5, sir. We can time our watches by you. Why exactly were you working late?
Because crime never sleeps. And maybe I did doze off after a few minutes, just to rest my brain.
When might that have been, sir?
Just after the girl brought me the tea.
Girl? What girl?
You mind not shouting, laddie, putting me off my pie.
Pies. What girl, sir?
Enter.
Excuse me, sir. It's Chief Inspector Dover, isn't it?
Yes, who wants him?
Only me. Commander Brockhurst ordered tea and biscuits, but he's gone out.
Yeah, so?
Well, I was wondering, would you like him, rather than let him go to waste?
Don't mind if I do. Oh, look.
Yeah, I know. Jammy Dodgers.
Very nice they were too, as I recall.
But the commander's office is on the same floor as the canteen.
So
why would she walk 2 floors down? And how exactly did you wake up?
Ruddy phone rang. Right in the middle of this lovely dream. I was just... Hey, hang on.
The tea was doped. And they woke you up at 8 on the dot. That's how they knew when you'd be leaving. Now, can you recall what the girl looked like?
I don't have your interest in girls, Sergeant. Mrs. Dover put me right off that. But who at the yard would want me kidnapped?
Just pick up the phone list, eh? Nothing. We'd better head back to the yard when I've had some lunch.
You and your food. No time for that, laddie. Dover is on the trail.
And here's all your pudding.
I'll just be 5 minutes, Sergeant.
Happily, for Chief Inspector Dover, the place to resume the investigation was exactly the place he would have started at anyway.
Oi, who are you to just waltz into my kitchens? Oh, it's Mr. Dover, isn't it?
Chief Inspector Dover, madam. Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon.
Scotland Yard tea must be one of Britain's greatest crimes, but you still do a passable cream cake.
Oh, you keep your thieving hands off. Them's for out there, not in here. Same as you. Not that they last long when you're around.
Rest assured, madam, my sergeant will settle up with you in due course.
I'll bet. And it's Mrs. Fish.
Well, Mrs. Fish, you're just the poisson I'd like to talk to. That's your French, get it?
If it's about all the coppers who pilfer food from here, I think you'd need Ruddy Interpol to stop it. Hey, ladies?
Yeah.
Now, you mustn't cast aspersions. Know anyone here who could have slipped me some doped tea?
Doped tea? Don't be daft. We don't even do Earl Grey.
Well, then perhaps you could tell me which young women were on canteen duty last Tuesday evening.
Young women? Young women won't do the 2 to 10 shift. They'd rather go out and get drunk. Or pregnant. Or both. Hey, ladies?
Well, one of them was on duty, doping duty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not having you to...
Mary Jones.
Oh.
Mary Jones?
Yes. I forgot about her.
Who the blazes is Mary Jones?
Odd creature. As I recall, she actually volunteered for the 2 to 10. What young girl does that? Mind you, she'd only been here a week. Knew sweet FA about catering.
This Jones woman, where is she?
Well, that's the funny thing. She hasn't been in since Wednesday. I rang the hostel where she's staying, and they said she was sick.
Probably ate your tapioca pudding.
Oh, now.
Madam, the address, please, pronto. And I'll send a photofit man up here so you can give him a description. I've got the bit between my teeth, Mrs. F.
And a large dollop of cream just under your nose. I'm coming. Nearly there. Here I am. somebody phoned.
That was me, madam.
Oh.
Sergeant McGregor. And this is Chief Inspector Dover.
The kidnapped one?
Never you mind.
You were very brave.
Well, yes, I was actually, madam. Strength of 10 when I'm roused. Fought like a tiger.
Might we perhaps speak with Miss Jones?
Oh, no, I'm ever so sorry. Mary's gone.
Well, why didn't you say so, you daft trout? Gone where?
Well, actually, I have no idea. But her friend, Miss Montmorency, is upstairs in her room.
Lead the way.
There's a lot of stairs.
Then run up and get her.
Sir.
Oh, dear Lord. Haven't they heard of lifts?
I believe this is the room here, sir.
And what's she doing? Disemboweling a cat?
Miss Montmorency? Miss Montmorency?
Hello. Who are you then?
Never you mind who we are.
We're police officers, Miss Montmorency.
Oh dear. Have I been playing too loud? I'm a music student.
Could afford me. What do you know about Mary Jones?
Mary? Oh, well, not much, really. We did occasionally go out for a coffee, like, but, well, I'm afraid I do most of the talking. It comes of being so much on my own, I suppose, in my little room. Oh, I'm really struggling with Mendelssohn's violin.
Oh, be quiet.
Miss Montmorency, have you any idea where Mary might have gone? Or where she came from?
Oh, not a clue. Well, maybe she did tell me, but, well, I've so much music swirling around in my head. Sonatas, concertos, symphonies...
Let's go, McGregor. The woman's useless.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Oh,
Miss Montmorency.
glad to be of help. Oh, she's got a coat she bought in Bath.
How do you know that?
Because it's just like mine, see? That one on the hook there. But hers has got the label from the shop in Bath she bought it at. Isn't that funny? Do you want to know the name?
Of course we bloody do.
Crescendo. It's musical. It means... Here, what are you doing?
Taking the coat is evidence.
But it's my only coat. Chief Inspector! Cooey!
What is it, woman? Spit it out.
Oh, there's been a message for you. Oh, from Scotland Yard. Something about... They've found the house. Oh, here's the address.
It must be the kidnap house. Oh. You know, the one with the Tope latch.
Yes, all right. Come on, McGregor.
Here, how do I stay warm without my coat?
Burn your violin.
This is a real puzzler, isn't it, sir? Oh, must be that house there. Well, it certainly looks like an anarchist lair.
And how do we work that out, sunshine?
Well, this is a pretty smart street. But that house is all tacky and boarded. And look at all the posters. They're political.
Chief Inspector?
Who's this banging on the car?
No idea, but if you tell him anything about the toilet...
As if I would.
Chief Inspector Dover?
Huh?
Inspector Horton, CID. We reckon we found where you were taken. I'll lead the way.
Smart bloody Alec. Well, help me out then.
It matches what you told your sergeant here, Chief Inspector. See? Uncarpeted stairs. And apparently there was constant pop music and an old taxi seen outside. And come and see the biggest clue of all.
No, it would be up the stairs.
Must be something pretty conclusive, sir. The inspector sees...
It's just here, in the toilet. Oh, that's where you... Oh, sir.
My sergeant's got a dicky tummy. Well, I think I've seen all I need.
Don't you want to see our find?
If I must.
See all that white stuff on the floor? Know what it is?
No idea, sir.
I'll give you a little clue. It's probably the same stuff that's all over the Chief Inspector's collar and shoulders.
Dandruff?
Tons of it. Ankle deep in some places. And none in the rest of the house. Which means...
We know what it bloody means, sweetheart, and just you keep it out of the forensic report or else. Understood? Any witnesses?
Couple of neighbours from across the road. In the living room. Old chap, ex-army, and a younger woman.
Then make me a cover, and we'll all have a little chat.
Bit touchy, isn't he?
Oh dear, what can the matter be?
One Chief Inspector locked in.
Right, You, old fella, start talking. Name?
Giffy. Major Giffy. Retired. And I'm 95. I'm 95, Mrs. Youens.
Are you really, Major?
I think so. When was the war?
Spare me your ruddy memoirs. What do you know about this house and the scum who lived here?
Anarchists. Very unsavoury. Just invaded the place about 10 days ago. And the sort of young people who could do with a spell in the army. Did I say I was a major?
Yes.
Yes, well, in the old days, the Osbornes used to live here. It's dead now. And then the McCormicks, nice couple. Dead now. And then the Baker.
Can we finish this before you die? What happened to the last lot?
Left. Yes, put the house up for sale with no buyer, so it stayed empty. And then the hooligans came, just walked in the door.
What sort of people were they?
Well, I told you, they were thugs and yoppers and hippies and making a racket, scaring the cats.
Is it tea, Chief Inspector?
Did I tell you I was a major?
Oh, really? Well, which regiment?
McGregor.
Guards. And I'm 92. When was the war?
Dear Lord. And there were men and women.
Oh, yes. Yes, one of the young women appeared to be prancing around inside in a totally naked condition, although the posters in the window did make it difficult to ascertain exactly why.
You've got a little bit of saliva on your chin, Major.
Thank you, my dear.
And how many of them did you say there were?
Well, at least 20. They were not all naked, of course.
See, told you, 20.
There were 4.
4? Never. I could have handled 4.
3 men and a girl.
Let's call it 11. Anyway, how could you tell?
I'm a potter. I use my eyes. I watch their feet.
You watch their feet? Like that fellow...
You don't say so.
Feet are an unmistakable sign of character. Well, like yours, Chief Inspector. I'd say you spend very little time on them.
Okay, there were 4. What else did you see?
Well, on Tuesday evening, I saw the 3 men dragging someone from the old taxi. Big fat chap.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was drunk, like they were.
Well, that clinches it. And what with your dandruff and the look...
I'm not warning you again, McGregor. Come on. We've had all we're getting from this lot.
Oh, thank you. So where are you off to now?
Bath.
Hey, what's that? Bath? Oh, was one of the girls in the bath? Must have missed that. Damn shame.
There's just one thing I don't understand.
Let me guess. You can't understand how come those 2 cons we trekked all over God's earth to see had never heard of the flaming Claret tappers.
And weren't anarchists either.
There's something jiggling in my brain. The key to the old shooting match. Just can't quite dislodge it. Bit like earwax, really.
Well, you should know, sir.
Okay, Mr. Smartass. I bet you this flaming coat we're carrying with us all the way to Bath will be a dead loss too.
Faint heart never won fair lady.
Which is why you're still a ruddy bachelor. Shut. Come on.
Can I help you, gentlemen? Something for the better half at home?
What you got here, nice picks?
We're from Scotland Yard, madam. This is Chief Inspector Dover.
Oh, are you here in an official capacity?
No, I'm one of those tranny vestites. Have you ever seen this before?
Oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's not really us, is it? But it was in one of our sales a while back. The owner, Mr. Dianapolis, is trying to appeal to a wider market. God help us.
A young woman bought this coat here, or one just like it, with your labelling. Who was she?
I've no idea.
Perhaps this drawing we had done might help. Have you seen this woman before? Take your time.
Ella Fitzgerald! Was Ella Fitzgerald in this shop and I missed her? Oh, just my luck. I pop out for 5 minutes.
Those ruddy police artists should be shot. I blame you, McGregor.
You would. Madam, may I just use your phone? I have to telephone Scotland Yard.
To report in, I understand.
How about this picture? And it isn't General de Gaulle.
Look, I have a terrible memory for faces, and we don't even have any receipts, I'm afraid.
Oh?
I suspect we were paid in cash rather than cheque. Mr. Dianapolis tends to prefer it.
Damn, we're getting nowhere here. I knew... Oh, what now, madam? Could you make yourself scarce?
Oh, all right. Excuse me. Oh, I'm coming, ladies. Oh, that is so you, Mrs. Smales.
Bad news or another bloody train journey. I'm not listening.
The Claret tappers have struck again.
Ah, you see, told you, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
They'll flaming strike again. I said it, didn't I say?
Don't you want to hear who it is?
Suppose so. Who is it?
No idea. It's very hush-hush.
Maybe it's the commander. No negotiations, I say.
They want us back at the yard now.
Now? Ah, but it's late. I'm not a well man, McGregor.
If pride comes before a fall, Dover was heading for a trip down a bottomless pit. Yet even I was unprepared for the news that awaited us.
Right, gentlemen. And ladies. Thank you all for coming. What I have to tell you is strictly confidential. You're not to breathe a word of it, not even to anyone else at the yard. You're a special squad put together just for this operation. Now, is the need for secrecy understood?
Yes,
sir. Chief Inspector Dover, we haven't met.
No, but I loved your TV broadcast. Thanks a bunch.
Right. Now, as you know, the Claret tappers have pulled off another kidnapping.
A police officer again, sir?
Would that it were. This time, it's a 3-month-old baby.
Now, more fool them. 2 days with a stink, and then we're begging us to take it back.
I doubt it. It's the grandson of the Prime Minister. Now, I hope you appreciate the heavy responsibility this places on your shoulders, Chief Inspector.
You're putting me in charge, sir.
You're putting him in charge, sir?
Well, it's the obvious thing to do, really. You're the only one who's been in direct contact with them. You're the only one they trapped in a lavatory.
That's enough. Well, of course, I'll solve it. It's what I do. But really, Commander, you ought to tell the big boys just where to stick it. You're the boss of the murder squad, and kidnapping ain't murder, is it?
I'm afraid it is, Chief Inspector. And the Claret tappers killed the au pair who had been left in charge of the baby. And let's get one thing straight, Dave. Whatever happens, I intend to come out of this business smelling the roses. Get it? Now, as far as we know, the crime took place around about 10 o'clock yesterday morning in the village where the child's parents live. The child, Cornelius, was left in the charge of the au pair.
Would the kidnappers have known that, sir?
Well, they could have found out easily enough. It was common knowledge in the village. But good question, Sergeant.
Bloody obvious, I'd have thought.
Now, the baby would have been outside in the garden in his pram. At some stage during the kidnapping, the au pair girl was shot and killed. Why? We don't know.
Maybe she was their inside man, sir.
Then why the hell would they kill her?
Well, maybe they didn't trust her.
Then why the blazes make her?
I'm already
saying. Hey, aren't you two meant to be a team? Anyway, we think they used an old post office van for the job, virtually untraceable.
And no windows, eh, McGregor? No windows.
Yes, all right. Has there been a note, sir?
There's been a message to the church tithe.
Looking for a vicar, are we?
It's probably because it's very respectable and they wouldn't have tape recorders to record it.
Yeah, well, I knew that.
The caller said that as no harm had come to Dover, we could expect the same for Cornelius if all their demands are met. But equally, they hadn't hesitated to shoot the unfortunate au pair.
What are the demands, sir?
No, if you stop interrupting, I'll tell you, Sergeant.
I told him...
And you be quiet, too. We should start collecting £500,000 in used 5s and 10s and await further instructions as to the release of prisoners. And that's the part that's really concerning us. Yes, Sergeant, and there's no need to keep putting your hand up.
What would you like us to do, sir?
I'd like you to go over every single detail of Chief Inspector Dover's kidnapping. Everything, you understand?
We'll sift through it with a fine-tooth comb, sir.
And we'll get cracking on it first thing in the morning.
For God's sake, man, this is an emergency. You're to start now.
Well, I've had no bloody sleep for 18 hours.
Come back when you've had no sleep for 18 days.
Ruddy sadist.
Naturally, the Chief Inspector was like a bear with a sore head, and he left me to go through the files while he did some fresh air thinking, as he called it. Well, I've never heard the fug in the Star and Garter near closing time called fresh.
Chief Inspector! Chief Inspector!
What is it? Can't you see I'm deep in thought?
Looks like a doodling to me.
Well, that's why I'm a Chief Inspector and you never will be.
What's
Oh, for pity's sake, stop sulking and blurt out what you're bursting to tell me.
I know why Archibald Gallagher and Lesley Whittaker aren't connected.
Pray tell.
They were just tests, trial runs for the real thing.
Not bad, laddie. Maybe I underestimated you. So, how did the Claret tappers know their names?
Oh, please, sir. Prisons are hardly secret.
Right, well, need to go to the little copper's room and spend a penny. Copper, penny. Don't touch anything on that table, especially my beer.
I won't, sir. Especially not your beer.
Let's have a look. ATH. RISTOL. What sort of rubbish?
Gotcha. I knew you'd be Adam. Them's my thoughts, not yours.
Adminton. Adminton? What are you working out, sir?
That's for me to know and you to find out, isn't it, sunshine?
Well, do you think that's quite in the spirit of the Chief Inspector-Sergeant relationship?
Don't care. Shove off.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
What do you want, Constable? I'm not buying you a drink.
No, well, you wouldn't, would you? The Commander wants to see you right away. He's outside in the car.
Bloody hell, we've only just seen him.
I gather there's been further development.
Oh, will I bring your deductions with me, sir?
No, chuck them away. Got them all in my head anyway.
Yes, sir. Of course you have.
OK, Dover, the Claret tappers have been in touch again. We're on the move. And if you screw this up, I'll have your back.
Don't you worry, sir. Practically got it sewn up already.
Bristol, Adminton.
Shut your mouth, you out.
What are you two swapping about this time?
Nothing.
So, where exactly are we going, sir? You're going on the late-night mail train stopping at Salisbury. I'm being dropped off at my flat.
Salisbury? What the bloody hell's in Salisbury?
The kidnappers. They want you to hand over the ransom.
Say again?
Yeah, the Claret tappers have demanded specifically that you pay them the £500,000.
Me? Why me, for God's sake? Look, I've done my whack and more. This kidnapping's got damn all to do with me. Besides, I'm not fit. The PM will have other grandchildren.
Listen, Dover, if the Claret tappers want you to hand over the ransom money, then that's it, and no bloody argument. None of us like it, but some of us are just going to have to make a few sacrifices.
I don't recall anyone making any bloody sacrifices for me when I was the kidnapped victim. Can't recall anybody raising so much as a little...
Do you ever stop whinging?
No, sir, he doesn't.
And listen to this. They've demanded the release of 6 IRA men, not just any old Irish terrorist. The top ones we've got.
Oh, my God.
It's probably a distraction.
Distraction?
Keep the old ruddy police force so busy, they're too thinly spread to catch the kidnappers.
I doubt it, Chief Inspector. I think these people are politically motivated. Top IRA men for PM's grandson.
It's a dilemma worthy of Solomon, isn't it? Or Sophocles.
Are you saying I can't handle it?
No, of course not. I was just saying...
Stop it, you two. Now, you stay in Salisbury until the Claret tappers give further instructions.
I've only brought one spare set of underwear.
You're all right for the week then, aren't you, sir?
Suppose so.
Chief Inspector. Breakfast.
How do you get in my hotel room?
The manager finally opened it for me. I've been knocking for ages.
Still dark outside. Go away, come back in a couple of hours.
I'm afraid I can't, sir.
Try.
The Claret tappers have been in touch.
Oh, yeah?
This time they phoned the local maternity hospital.
So what's that got to do with me?
You're handing over the money, remember? We're meeting the local man, Superintendent Trevelyan, downstairs in the hotel bar. He'll fill us in.
Oh, goody. Pass me my teeth from that glass.
Do I have to, sir?
I'll kiss you if you don't.
It's quite simple, Chief Inspector. You've got to get the bottom of fish down with the money at 7:30 this morning, on the dot.
Damn coffee's cold. Fish down. Flaming Tonation's fish down.
Here. See? It's clearer on the Ordnance Survey. If you could just move your coffee cup, it's right slap bang in the middle of Salisbury Plain. See? The kidnappers say you'll get further instructions once you're there.
Decent of them. And who's going to be there with me?
No one, sir.
Come again?
There's no cover. The Claret tappers have said if they see anyone else, they'll kill Cornelius.
Who's Cornelius? Oh, him. So, you're asking me to drive unaccompanied into some godforsaken place on an empty stomach without even a helicopter?
Bit suspicious, sir. Just hovering about...
Could I propose stationing one chap in Mufti? Here, on Caper Hill. He'll have binoculars and a two-way radio. He'll be able to spot the pickup and relay it back to us in the car.
He'll radio a description of the kidnapper's vehicle and the direction they're taking.
Now, that car's concealed all along the road. They won't get far.
And of course, sir, you'll also have a two-way radio concealed in your person.
Oh, will I? Very reassuring.
All right. Better get a move on. Come on, Chief Inspector. I wouldn't eat that bit of Scotch egg. I think it's probably from last night.
Just one tiny flaw in your master plan.
We've been over it several times. I don't think there is.
I can't drive.
What?
Oh, aye. I forgot about that.
I don't see why you couldn't have gone disguised as me.
They've already seen you, sir. And we're not exactly the same size.
Well, maybe if you wore a balaclava and padded...
No! No, sir. Oh, now that must be fish down. It's the only hill for miles.
Don't see anything?
Well, I know it's pelting down, but surely you must. It's that hill right over there. Is your radio working?
Why, do you want the weather forecast? I suppose so. Much good it'll do me if you and that Burke of a superintendent are sitting happily in a warm car miles away.
There'll be a constable on Caper Hill too with binoculars.
Well, if he sights a lesser spotted tawny pipit, don't forget to tell me.
Okay, sir. This is as far as I can go. Now, the money's in the boot. I think you'd better get going if you want to make it for 7:30. It's still a bit of a walk.
I didn't even have any bloody breakfast.
What the hell's your man doing? We should have heard from him by now.
He's probably still awaiting instructions. Or stopped for a nap on the way.
Or eating the bloody money. Copy.
Oh, thanks. That's him. Definitely him.
Bloody hell!
Oh, Chief Inspector, are you there? What's going on? Over.
I'll tell you what's bloody going on. They've left a note under a rock here. They want me to climb the flaming mountain. Over.
No. Well, it's only a hill, really. Over.
Must be 3 ruddy miles. Straight up. And these money bags weigh a ton. I can't do it. Okay? Over.
Give him to me. Listen, Dover. Either you carry that money up that hill, or you'll stay there in the wind and rain till your bones rot. Over.
I'm a sick man.
Not as sick as you will be. Start climbing. Over and out.
If I say we were still waiting 45 minutes later, I do not think I would be exaggerating. I knew I should have gone myself.
Bloody silly idea. All for one stupid kid. When I get there, they'll probably kill me. I never wanted to be a policeman in the first place. Okay. Here we are. Get it over with. Just shoot me sitting down. I've less far to fall. No one bloody here. All this way for nothing. I'm wet. I'm tired. I'm all on my own. Oh my God. What the hell? Now you, I didn't expect.
Chief Inspector? What is it? Have you made contact with the Claret tappers? Over.
Yes. If one of them's got 4 legs, hair over his eyes, and a smell like a trollop's suitcase. Over.
What the hell is he talking about? The climb must have made him delirious. Can you clarify? Over.
Why don't you talk to him yourself? Here, it's for you.
What the?
It's a bloody Shetland pony. Leather bags on his back and a picture of me on his collar. I'm going to give him the ransom now. Here, boy. Here, boy.
You're giving £500,000 to a Shetland pony? Over.
Well, I'm damned if I'm carrying it down again with me, and he seems to be the only one here who knows what he's doing. No licking. I mean it. No. Go on, scoot.
You'll pay for this, Dover. Over.
Yeah, well, maybe you can pay for breakfast first. As I recall, we passed a very appealing greasy spoon on the way. Over and out.
Lord, I could eat a horse, huh? Get it? Eat a horse.
That baby's dead. It'll be the tower for you.
Listen, I did all I was meant to do. Handed the dosh to the Claret tappers. Not my fault. If you didn't anticipate they'd be using Pony Express, more bacon if you will, and make it crispy.
The Chief Inspector's right in a way, sir. I think we all underestimated the Claret tappers.
Superintendent?
Yes, Constable. Have they found the PM's grandson?
Not yet, sir. But they have found the Shetland pony. Adorable little creature, apparently. Only small, but very solid.
Did they make her talk?
No, sir. But she belongs to Captain Berry over at Gill's Farm. It's about 3 miles from Fishdown. It seems somebody took the animal during the night, and the kidnappers must have just led her up there and then caught up with her on the way back for her breakfast. Greedy little beggar, apparently.
What about the money?
Oh, gone, sir. But there's a message just in from the head of the BBC. I can't remember his name. David Frost, is it?
Well, don't tell me they got his kid too.
Oh, no. A man rang his office and said he wants the 6 IRA men delivered immediately to the Isle of Anglesey and released in Vanford that town with a bloody long name.
Llanfirpwl, Gwyngyl, Gogera, Chwyndro, Bulfant, Desilio, Gogo.
Oh, very clever.
Thanks, sir.
Doesn't quite solve the crime, though, does it, Sergeant?
No, sir.
Don't you worry. I've done that.
What? Sorry?
Oh, I love a good cup of tea in the morning, don't you? Sets you up for the day. Where was I? Oh, yeah. It'll all be tied up by this afternoon. Just let me finish my brekkie.
Chief Inspector.
McGregor, get a car ready for us. Oh, and Superintendent, make yourself useful for once and tell Commander Brockhurst at the yard I want a little word with him pronto. Anyone eating that toast, huh?
Do you mind telling me where exactly we're going, sir?
Don't you worry about that. Just start the car.
It won't know the way on its own.
Oh, Sarky. All right, Peter Pry. We're off to Bristol.
Bristol? Is that what you were talking to the commander about when you wouldn't let me listen on the phone?
Might have been, amongst other things.
Can't you just give me a wee bit of a clue, sir?
I did, laddie. Lots of them. You just didn't pick the ruddy things up.
Oh. Admonton. Bristol.
Now see if you can work it out while I have some well-earned kit, but let's just say I pinned the tail on the donkey.
Chief Inspector.
No, not the toilet. Please, not the toilet. Where are we? Bristol?
No, sir. But I think I've worked it out. Well, some of it.
Oh, come on then, Mr. College degree.
Well, Badminton is where the bigamist Archie Gallagher was picked up.
Right.
And Bristol is where that shoplifter,
Elsie Wheeler,
Lesley Whittaker, was tried. So Badminton's near Bristol. I checked on the map while we were at some lights. So they both have been tried at Bristol Crown Court.
Exactly. And my guess is on exactly the same day.
What makes you say that?
Because that's how the Claret tappers knew their names. It's not as easy as you made out to just find out the names of prisoners, you know.
You mean the Claret tappers were there too? That day, in court?
I'd stake my reputation on it. And they just used the names they heard that day to muddy the waters for us. Like I bet they're using the IRA men now. They're no more political than you or me, laddie.
Actually, sir, I'm an active member of the Young
Shut up. So, what about Bath?
Bath? Oh, well, no one committed a crime there. Unless you call fashion a crime. It's where Mary Jones bought her coat.
Which means?
Don't know, sir.
It means, laddie, they're most probably local. But it only finally all clicked into place this morning when I was on that fishy place.
Fish down. Click? How, sir?
The ruddy Shetland pony. How in Hades would the Claret tappers know about the smelly brute in the farm unless they were from round here? They're West Country people, you mark my words.
Then shouldn't we be checking through who else was being tried that day? And, finding them?
Better still, I've got some people doing that very thing for us.
I do wish sometimes you'd share your deductions with me, sir.
You drive, I deduce. That's what makes us such a formidable team, laddie. At least this time it was me doing the donkey work. Donkey work!
Of course, I had been thinking on exactly the same lines myself, but the Chief Inspector simply doesn't give me the chance to shine, especially when the Commander is around.
Oh, Dover. You took your time. My chopper got here quicker than you did.
I had to stop for lunch.
4 times.
Which house is it?
That tatty one round the corner.
How do you know that, sir?
Well, the chaps here looked through the court records and found this group of yobbos. Stood out like a handful of sore thumbs. One of them, Mr. Frankie Collins, was accused of nicking a car, and the rest of the jokers rallied round to give him an alibi. I read the reports. Collins was as guilty as sin.
But he got off?
Yeah, more's the pity. And we believe this is the last known address.
But why would they still be here, sir? If it was me with all that loot, I'd have scuppered straight away.
That's where they're cleverer than you, laddie. They don't want to spend their days in some stinking South American hole, being fugitives on the run. Oh, no. Their plan is to sit tight and move quietly to some other part of the country where no one knows.
Yes, all right, Dover. But we don't have them yet, do we?
Mind if I go round the corner and have a shove?
I certainly do, Mike. We've got... Oh, Dover! Are you bad for this?
I'll go and get him, sir.
What? No! Pardon! Oh, dear Lord.
Yes? Can I help you?
Who the hell are you?
I live here. Who are you?
I'm from the gas board, madam. I just like to... Inspector! What the hell are you doing here? Go away. Go away.
No! You're always telling me to go away.
Because you're always in the bloody way.
Well, if I wasn't in the bloody way, nothing would ever get done.
What was that?
I didn't hear nothing.
McGregor, push her over.
What?
Excuse me, madam. I need to get...
What's all that noise, Gran? Oh, hell. Oh,
Miss Mary Jones, I don't think I ever thanked you for that cup of tea.
Oh.
Oh, and that must be little Cornelius screeching. This way, Commander, and bring my knighthood with you.
And that is why I demand an immediate...
McGregor!
Ah, hello, Chief Inspector. Recovered from your wee adventure?
Did you do this?
Oh, Daily Mail. Let's have a read. Toilet cop saves PM's grandson. Inspector Dandruff does it again.
All right, that is enough.
At 3 p.m. yesterday afternoon, in a daring rescue attempt, Chief Inspector Wilfred Dover of Scotland Yard solved the case of the kidnapped grandchild, perhaps spurred on by his ordeal of being trapped 36 hours in an upstairs lavatory without food or water and only his flaky scalp for company.
I could have got a medal for this, but because of the toilet business, the powers that be have decided to keep me under wraps. They say I bring ridicule onto the force. Me, ridicule.
Oh, dear, sir, what a pity. I wonder what sort of person would have spilled the beans to the press. Do you think it was the pony?
I'll have you, laddie. Just mark my words.
And that is why I demand an immediate transfer. The man is just so unappreciative.